Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be chatting to you about the 10 things I love and hate about writing. It's a tag from Vivian Reese, which is also a fellow author. She said she's going to tag people. This was earlier on in the year, I do realize, but I only saw it now, so I decided I also want to do it because, yes, we don't always love writing, so I thought I'd also try the tag out. I hope that you will see from this video that you are maybe not alone in feeling that sometimes you just wonder why you do it. So to start with is number 1. I love that you can unleash your creativity in your writing. You can allow it to just roam free and do whatever you want. Because it's fiction, you can just make up any story, and usually the stories work. You can put a whole lot of different things together and string them together and it will be a novel. Number 2, I hate that you sometimes struggle to find good beta readers and ARC readers that understand what is required of them and understand what they need to do as beta readers. Because having a beta reader is such an important step in writing, it's quite soul destroying when you can't find someone that understands writing as such and understands your storyline. A lot of people say that you should find other writers to be your beta readers, but you can't always do that. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you, and especially in the genre that you're in, some people don't seem to be into that genre, or they don't know that that's what the genre is called, so they kind of skip over and don't want to do it. Number 3, I love that you can write anywhere you want and on anything that you want. Now with me, if I'm writing away from home, I usually write in a notebook, but you can write on your phone, you can write on your tablet, especially if you are actually writing in your book and not just writing ideas. You can download it to your tablet and you can write there and then just share it over. There's a lot of different programs that you can do that, the wonders of technology, and that's just wonderful. Like, you can sit in the coffee shop and you can write there on your laptop even, or if you're standing in a queue waiting for something, you can write there as well. That's so wonderful, is that you can just write or do your book anywhere that you want to and on anything that you want to. Number 4, I hate that you sometimes feel lost. I know that other authors might understand what I'm saying, that you have so many rules and things that you have to pay attention to in writing that you sometimes just feel so lost. And not just in writing, but if you're an indie author, also in marketing yourself. There are so many things that you have to pay attention to that you actually forget about sometimes, and then you actually have to have a whole lot of lists reminding you of all the different things that you need to do, and sometimes it can just get a little bit much and you feel like you lost in this whole writing world that is out there. And that's why I say being organized is very helpful in this aspect. But to get organized, you first feel quite lost before you get there, and that is the one feeling I don't really enjoy, because I always like being in control. That's one of my I suppose one of my downfalls, is I'm always in control, and well, it can be a downfall and a positive, but you're always in control and you don't want to just let go of control, and that can cause a problem for you if you don't know quite what you're doing in the beginning of writing a book and you feel like you're all over the place. So yeah, it can be an issue. Number 5, I love that feeling when your book is published and you're actually holding your book in your hands, and that is just a wonderful feeling, is that all of your hard work, your story that you wrote, is in a book in your hands. It's just a wonderful feeling to actually have it in your hands, that hard copy. I know a lot of people do mostly ebooks, and yes, ebooks is the future. It's where most people become bestsellers, but it's always nice to have that hard copy of your book in your hand, holding it and seeing it finished. That's just a wonderful feeling. Please excuse the light. I'm trying to use natural light because I don't have any lighting, and it is raining today and yesterday, so it's very dark outside, so it comes and goes a little bit, so just excuse it. I hope you can see me okay. So number 6 is I hate it when I have imposter syndrome. Now, a lot of authors and probably even other entrepreneurs would understand what I mean when I say this. You feel like you are fake and that you are just basically faking it before you make it. And I think, like most of the time, it's not true. It's not true that you are. But I think just as authors, we are so critical of ourselves as well that we tend to have that feeling sometimes. And I know for a fact that other authors struggle with the same problem. I think it's got to do with the creativity of things, but I'm not really I wouldn't know the psychological background of it, but I know a lot of people struggle with it. So number 7, I love that your name is on a book. This one's a lot like number 5, but a little bit different. Some people write under pen names, so they might not know this feeling, but for us that write in our own names, it is quite something to also see your book with your name on it. It's something to be proud of. Not saying that people that are writing under pen names are not something to be proud of. It's just that when it's your name, I don't know, it's just something different about that. So your name is on that book. It's just something I can't even explain to you how that feels. Number 8, I hate when my biggest critic is myself. I tend to try and over-perfect things. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so I will try and fix it and fix it and fix it and fix it, and which often means that things don't get finished as quickly as what I'd want them to, unless I'm working on a deadline. So what I've had to learn to do is actually give myself deadlines so that I don't over-perfect things, because things are not always perfect, and sometimes the non-perfect product is better than the perfect product, I've heard. I don't know, I struggle with this because I want it perfect, but we are our own biggest critics, and sometimes we just have to watch that we don't overdo it. It's raining a bit harder now. Number 9, I love that I can be in control of my future and my finances by getting my book on the best-selling list, and also by challenging myself to just do better and do well and to get my book out there. That also takes a lot of marketing and self-promotion, which other indie authors will understand. But it means that you can control your finances depending on how much work you put into it. And if you've written a good book and your cover's good and your blurb's book very good, people are going to buy it, and you can control how much finances you will receive, mostly, obviously, to a certain extent. And you don't have to, what I love also is that you don't have to depend on other people to be able to finance you. You can say like receiving a salary from a company, and you only have to depend on God, basically, and yourself, God and your hard work. So mostly God though, because we know that it takes miracles sometimes. So I love that I can be in control of my own finances. So number 10, I'm going to make it a love one as well, because I can't think of another hate one, because I actually love writing. So I'm not too sure. Right now I can't think of another hate. So for number 10, I love how supportive other authors are of each other. Now, this is usually genre specific, so most authors are supportive of each other within their genre. They share each other's posts, they just show a lot of love to each other, and they're not only there, they're there for each other emotionally as well, which is a good thing, because writing can be a lonely profession. Not saying that maybe you don't have family around you, but sometimes your family does not understand what it is to be a writer. So it's nice to have other authors that do understand where you are coming from, and they do understand the trials that you go through and the difficulties and struggles that you face as a writer, especially if you can find other authors that are indie authors. That's why we've got an indie author networking evening that we do once a month, and it's wonderful because we all get together, we all support each other, and it's actually quite wonderful. And it's all different genres in our group, but people are still supportive. I've got people that support me that are in different genres. So it's actually quite wonderful to know the type of community. The author community is wonderful. They are very helpful of each other. I mean, when I first started out, I actually did a blog post about it, which I'll link below, about who helped me when I first started writing out, people that I looked up to, advice that I received from other authors that saved me from making mistakes. And if you look at any other authors out there, a lot of the authors are not just authors, they also help other authors with information, which I also do a little bit. I don't do it as much as what others do, but it's actually quite amazing, the community of authors that are out there. And that's a wrap for today. I hope that the video was helpful in the way that it makes you feel that you're not alone in certain of the feelings that you are going through. Please can you give it a thumbs up, which will show me that you like the video and also to show support for my channel. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please click that subscription block down below. It also helps to show support for my channel. All of my social media will be in the description block below as well, including my blog, which you will see there. And I'll also add the other link to that specific blog post. And this is where you will be able to find more content from me. I hope that you have a stunning day further. Enjoy your moments. Goodbye.